And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to use triads as a framework to solo within. I'm going to go through the triad shapes. I'm going to play licks in between these shapes. I have some graphics of the triad shapes, and I'll give you a PDF of all the graphics I used today. Just email me info@cherrycherry, and I'll shoot that PDF over to you. This is just a basic shape, and you can play this in any key really, but this is a string shape on the 1, 2, and 3 string, which is a little E, the B, and the G. You can do it in any string. You can do it in C. It's this shape right here. The same shape, like an A shape right here. And how convenient, because it is an A that we're messing around in today. So if you notice this, you see the root, the third, and the fifth. For the sake of this video, stay within these shapes and try not to branch out too much. So I'm going to try to just stay on the 3 strings, and I'm going to try to stay within this triad shape. So I'm remembering where the root is here. So I'm doing some licks utilizing the third, like taking the minor third, bending it up. Put this crunch back on here. So it really depends on what type of feel and what kind of music I'm playing here within this. Like in the context of like a blues, you could utilize this as like in a bluesy way, where you take the minor third, that's the 3 right there. This is indicating a major triad. So I would take the note below it and I would bend it up to the major third. It's a little hard right here because you're bending right by the nut. I'm taking the root, playing the dominant 7, which is the open G. Then you could take, go up to a 4th, which is 1/2 step above the 3rd. You could bend it up to an E. Which is pretty cool. You could play the major 6th up here, which is right above the 5th. The E is the 5th. So you play the 6th, major 6. Yeah, it's a cool lick. All kinds of licks inside there like that, which is cool. I mean, that's kind of common stuff right there within this pattern right here. We could move up to the next shape, which is the first inversion. Pretty cool area shape right here, which is like an E shape. But inside here, you could play licks like. But once again, I'm not really going down to this A right here. I'm trying to just keep it, for the sake of this exercise, keep it within just this 3 strings. It really limits you to what you could do. So here's the A, here's my landing spot, my root. You can land on anything of the 5th. But if I'm going to land on a root, it's going to be in this triad right here. Right? I can do all the licks that I like to do inside here. Oops, I hit that D string. A little bit. It's a good practice. I'm playing like a lot of the same licks here. So I'm taking, here's the 3rd, but it's on this string. Bending the minor 3rd, sliding into it from the minor 3rd to the major 3rd to the 5th. Or to the root. Looks like that. 3rd. Here's the 5th. Here's the major 6th thing. Pretty cool stuff here. Real bluesy. Of course, I could just keep it completely major by playing the major 3rd. Major pentatonic is in there. It's that's so major, right? As opposed to adding the 7th in there, making it more bluesy. All within the same triad shape right here. It's really, really cool, really beneficial to get these licks in all these different shapes. So if you're digging this so far, hit that like button. You know, you like me, you really like me. Got the crunch sound going, I got the clean sound too, if we like it. You teeter between the two of them. You know, all within the same shape right here. And you may find yourself playing up here. Second inversion of the A. Looks like a D. It's a D shape, right? Bend some stuff up here. Like, you know, here's the root again. Here's the third. Now it's shift, as you can see. Those intervals, which is cool. So here's the 5th on the bottom. There's a classic lick where you have the root, the 5th, and you slide from the 5th to the 6th. That's the sound of that. You know that one, that's a lick. Kind of a famous lick, right? From somewhere. Like the other position. But we're staying up here. And if I wanted to make it minor, I could just minor that, take the 3rd, or keep in this context of the blues. Take the minor 3rd, bend it up. That's a very common area. It's kind of like the BB box right there. You know, when you start expanding from the pentatonic up here. Right? That's what this shape is right here, this triad. Bending up the minor to the major. And you can make it totally happy by just changing, keeping it major. Look, here's a major, try it. Make it a major 7th. Like that. And that's the major scale right there. I think I hit the wrong note up there before. Make it bluesy. Make it minor. Taking the 5th, instead of playing a major 6, I play a minor 6. So now it's minor. All in the same shape. Make it minor. Cool stuff, huh? No one's really talking about playing within the triads. A lot of people talk about using triads to play, and not using the triads as like just a framework to see the guitar. It's kind of like the cage system, but it's broken down into triad areas, which is probably a little bit more important than the cage system. We're gonna go to the next string set here in a second. That is the root version on the 2, 3, 4 strings, which is the 2, 3, 4. The B, G, going down, 2, 3, 4. So here's an A, 2, 3, A. And it's very common. It's like an E shape, right? Like here's an E chord right here. Bring it all the way up to here, A. But we're only playing this shape right here. So it limits you to, I'm doing the same type of thing. See, those intervals are just moving around. You know, they're the same 3 notes everywhere, but they're just moving around a little bit. So it's the root, the 3rd, the 5th. So once again, I could take that root, I could take the 3rd, bend it up to a major 3rd, slide. Here's the 5th again. And I love doing that 5th to the 6th. It's really, really cool lick. Like a little Hendrixy. keeping it real within the 3 strings. I mean, I'd love to go, branch out, but I'm not. I'm trying to just milk it. I'm trying to wheeze all the juice, buddy. As Pauly Shore would say, right? How about focusing around the root, the dominant 7th, so going down a whole step. Here's the 3rd again, the 5th. There's like a Mixolydian type of feel there. All within this shape, and then you could just be completely major by playing a major 7. Right there, right? So just that little bit of difference playing instead of a dominant 7, going down 7, or taking the 3rd, making it minor. Or harmonic minor. It's a little too much. It's out of the shape here, but it's all within this triad, which is cool. You could really manipulate it, play major, minor, diminish, just by shifting down. Like here's minor, just taking the 3rd, making it flat. Take the 5th and go down 1 more, so that's the flat 5, so it's diminished. Now you have that. That's one way to just manipulate what we're doing here, because once you know the rules, then just break them. That's the first one. You go up to the next inversion. And you've seen this a bunch of times too. Any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. Having some fun here today, hopefully. This one right here, we went to this inversion. So now the 3rd's on the bottom, 5th is here, root's on the top. I'm just going to take that 3rd, I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to slide from minor 2nd to 3rd. And here's the 6th. I like taking the 6th. Here's the 5th. But the whole step up is the 6th. I like to bend up the 6th to a 7th, dominant 7th. And then you got this lick in here. That's a famous. This lick sounds a little bit differently, and it's cool because I'm playing it in a different area, and it allows me to have this sound. Like I probably wouldn't do this lick in any other position. Here's D. Back to A. Really, really cool. Which we're getting a little bit of ahead, but you could see where this is going, because these different shapes tie in really nicely chromatically to different triads, like in different chords, to D, and to E, D, A. It allows you to play licks really close, and it sounds natural instead of jumping all over the place. Second inversion is putting the 5th on the bottom. It's like that. It looks like an A chord, right? And it is an A chord. So within here, you got some cool licks too, which is very similar to what we started down here on the 1st string, right here. I think we did that one already, right? Hopefully we did that. Actually, maybe we didn't. We started on the root. Okay, we didn't go down here yet. But there's 2 areas, above the 12th and down here. But we're up here. And I would like to, I do licks like, kind of like, stuff like. again, you have your lick here, the root to the fifth and the sixth. Or the major scale. All within this framework right here. In the context of blues, Dorian. All within this shape. Like this. Minor. Taking the fifth. Here's the minor sixth now, which is right next to the fifth. Here's the minor third. Take the major third, which is on the screen. Drop it a half step. Here's minor. Oops, I'm getting out of position here, so trying to stay on just these three strings. Minor. It's A minor. Harmonic minor. Major. Minor. The next string shape. Okay, because we did the 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 3, 4, 5. This is the root position. Right here. Check it out. I'm starting up here because here's the root on the fifth string. Here's the root note. Here's the third again. Here's the fifth. I'll do all my same licks that I like to do over this. I'll take the third. I'll make the minor, slide into the third. Take that sixth, major sixth, bend it to the seventh. I'm taking that G note, bending it up to an A. It's right there. All within the shape. Bend it. Pretty cool stuff. You could play strict major on it by playing the major 7. Once again, see how happy that is, as opposed to. Or minor, take that third, make it minor. Just drop it half step. Major 6, make it minor 6. Harmonic minor. Which is an E. Look at the E shape here. Back to the A. Minor. Back to major. So that's a pretty cool shape right there. Then you go to the first inversion, which is very popular. Back down here, here's the A chord. First inversion, like we said, is just the third on the bottom. So here's a very common, right? The third inversion is like really famous for that slide into the third, or the slide into the root. We have those strings. We have the 3 strings right here. I took the second and I bent it up to the third. Hope I don't break a string here. I'd be screwed. I have no backups right now. So all the same licks. I take the third. I could play the go up to the fourth. There's a D chord, or just by playing off of this shape right here. And here's the root. There's a really cool area because you can take that over the A and bend it up to the major third. Really great. That time I bent up the second into the third. And then I fretted this, so I'm hitting the fourth. Here's the root, the third. My pinky, I'm hitting that note. The seventh by playing the G. There's that fifth to the sixth again. Here's the second inversion. Here's part of the E shape. Look, all I'm doing, I'm starting on the fifth, on the A string. So here's the fifth, the root, and the third. It says it right there on the chart. Fifth, root, third. Part of the A shape. I mean E shape. It's like an E chord. But I'm playing it. And once again, you know, I'm thinking of the same melodies that I know. So take that third, play stuff like that, you know, in a blues context. You know, looks they sound differently in different positions here. That third bent to the minor third. And you have that the A, the root, into the seventh. You know. You can bend it up to the fifth here. I went to a minor. There's the root in there, so I'm trying to focus on just these three strings. I like to take that sixth. So here's the root, dominant seventh, sixth, and bend it up. Here's the third right here. Fourth, fifth. Or if I wanted to be straight major, I can do something like. Regular major, or make it minor. Or make it diminish. Back to major. All within the shape. Love that one. All right, so we're done with that one. We got one last string set, 4, 5, 6 string set. Starting on the root. And a lot of these are the same. This string set, 4, 5, 6, and the 3, 4, 5 are very similar because without that B string, they're the same shapes. So here's the A right here. Same shape. This is an actual G shape right here. Same licks. I could play, move it down to the seventh. Take that third. some of that twang going on right there, you know? There's the seventh. Make it minor. Major. I'm showing you the charts that are major. I'm showing that it's so easy to manipulate and change these into whatever it is that you want. First inversion, starting on the third, which was a lot like on this A right here. Same thing up here. We're doing it here. It's the same exact shape. Once you see these shapes, you'll start recognizing what it is, what the chord is. You'll see the roots here. The fifth is always right there below it. The third is always going to be right there. No matter where you are, what chord you are, seeing these intervals and knowing where they are, you start to learn the patterns where you're on the string. Or if it's the same thing over here, it's a first inversion. Or it's right here, it's a G, first inversion. And wherever, C. All you got to do is know where the C note is. C. So you know that below it's the fifth, and the string below that is a third. G. Here's a B flat. You know, whatever. E. Just knowing where the notes are. Which, good segue, because I do have a guitar course that teaches fretboard memorization. Easy way to really remember where all the notes are on the fretboard. So this is a really good one right here too. Here's A. All kinds of cool licks in here as well. You know, there's the A right here. A lot of people do that lick. It's a real common one. I like to do that into the third, then slide back down to the seventh. It's kind of like part of the minor pentatonic in a way too. It's like right here. But then you're adding the major to it. Right? Second inversion. So now you're starting on the fifth. And you're right there. So that's an A right there. Same thing, here's the root. To the seventh. The third. The fifth. So that's an A. And that's all of them. I know it's a lot of the same licks that I did in here, but that's kind of like the purpose of it. Knowing those same licks everywhere will really help you for when you're changing chords, and you'll see that, wow, that shape for that next chord is the same position that I've already been doing. It's cool. So if you're over here in this shape, right, you're playing the A in this 2, 3, 4 shape in A, and then you know that your next chord's D. Well, look, I'm playing this. It's the second inversion of D. And I have all my same notes here. The D note. Now I wanted to go to the E. Well, here's the E, the first inversion, right? Well, there's the licks I know from there. D. Back to the A. Here's the E. So it all comes together that way. It's a lot of fun. Any more great ideas like this one came from Scooter, and I really, really appreciate that. I love yous. This was a lot of fun. I'll see you next Monday. All right? Peace. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you then. Ciao, y'all. Thanks.